Minister, there are 436 children waiting for a physiotherapy appointment in County Galway. Some of them have been waiting 176 weeks for that appointment. There are 95 children waiting for a physio appointment in County Roscommon. On the speech and language waiting list, there are 971 children awaiting an initial assessment in County Galway at the end of January, and with an average waiting time of 6 months. And there are 119 children awaiting that initial assessment in County Roscommon. With regard to the waiting list for occupational therapy, there are 103 children currently awaiting occupational therapy assessments in County Roscommon, waiting up to 18 months. In County Galway, there are 384 children on that waiting list. The waiting lists across Roscommon and Galway were appalling before COVID-19. In March of 2020, the Galway-Roscommon ASD service had one child on the waiting list for 6 years for intervention support, with another 54 children waiting 4 years for that intervention support. In fact, there were a total of 361 children on that waiting list, not including 81 referrals. Things were so chaotic in HSE West that it actually committed in March of 2020 to reconfiguring the Galway-Roscommon Autism Service, which parents had been complaining about for years. And it would have seemed that COVID-19 provided the ideal opportunity for this reconfiguration to actually take place. But no, those staff were sent answering phones in the contact tracing centres. In fact, I highlighted the issue of the staff being specifically redeployed in the West, doing contact tracing here in this House in September 2020. On the floor of the House, here with the Taoiseach, with the Minister for Education, the Minister for Children, and a topical issue down to you as well, Minister, that was answered by Minister Feehan. And on each occasion, the shoulders were shrugged and we just moved along. Nothing was done either for those children or for the reconfiguration throughout 2020. We had to wait until the 11th of October 2021 for the Galway-Roscommon service to be reconfigured and become operational. The 10th of January of this year for that to happen in County Mayo. So we should start to see progress on foot of that. No, that doesn't happen. We're now moving to the new Progressing Disability Services national reconfiguration. I don't see any progress going on at the moment, Minister. The Children's Disability network teams have been established. We've had over 200 staff being configured into 9 Children's Disability network teams across HSE West. But that reconfiguration, as I say, is still ongoing, and the HSE today cannot say when children are going to be referred to this, children that have been referred to that service can expect to actually start receiving appointments. So frustrated I was with this reconfiguration and reconfiguration again that I sought a briefing from HSE West last December, which was promised would take place in January. When we didn't get it in January, we went back to them again last month looking for it, and were told that early this month we would get a briefing. But nothing has been held as of yet, and we still don't know what's going on. And the difficulty is, Minister, children are being let down as a result of this. One example is John, who was 3 years of age, with autism as well as an early developmental delay, referred to the Roscommon Early Intervention Service in June 2020, and 18 months later he has still not been seen. Now that is not progression. And what is really frustrating is that as bad and all as we had, and we had a lot of complaints in relation to the service across Galway-Roscommon, the Roscommon Early Intervention Service was an excellent service. People were proud of that service and was a responsive service, but that has just been washed into the broader mass now, and children being left high and dry.